think so. Opposed. Is everyone ready? Okay, all right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mitch McCoy. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Information for the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. Around 2:30 this morning, an adult female was dropped off at an area hospital after she had been shot. A preliminary investigation reveals that the woman had just entered a rideshare in the 6000 block of North Broadway. Shortly after entering that rideshare, shots were fired into that car. The rideshare driver was not hurt, but heroically rushed the female to the hospital in an attempt to save her life. She passed away at the hospital. A person of interest has been located and is currently being interviewed by homicide detectives. Our investigators are still working to identify a motive behind this shooting, build a timeline of events, and then ultimately figure out if the person that is in our custody right now being interviewed by detectives is in fact our shooter. If he is, then we will work with the Circuit Attorney's Office to identify next steps. Despite a person of interest being in our custody and currently being interviewed upstairs, we are still asking for the community's help. Anyone with information about what happened is asked to call Crime Stoppers. I say this time and time again, we cannot solve crime alone. And in this case, we need people to come forward to help us. There might still be a piece to the puzzle that we're looking for, and you might be that piece to the puzzle. So Crime Stoppers is 866-371-TIPS. I also want to provide you an update on an investigation that launched several hours after the incident on North Broadway, and that is on Southwest Avenue. Our homicide detectives are working with bomb and arson investigators to investigate a house fire earlier this morning in the 5900 block of Southwest. An adult man was found dead after firefighters went through and were able to extinguish flames. At some point in that investigation, after bomb and arson was on the scene, they requested our homicide detectives to come in and launch a death investigation. That is what we are at right now. This is a death investigation. There is not enough at this moment to identify or determine if there was in fact a crime that occurred that led up to this man's death. However, our detectives are in the midst of that investigation right now. They are talking with neighbors. They are talking with anyone who may know this individual, and we are conducting that investigation. An autopsy will also be conducted. That will help us really get an idea of how this individual died. And so we are waiting on the autopsy results. That will help our homicide detectives. And the identification of the man is still pending. We will work with the medical examiner's office to determine that. Those are some of the prepared updates that I have for you.
On the Southwest fire, that house was part of an auction today, a public auction. Neighbors told us that they were going through some kind of a crisis related to that. I wonder if that was part of the investigation.
Well, that is certainly something that our detectives, from our homicide detectives to even bomb and arson investigators, will start to get a picture of, and will interview anyone who could potentially shed light on exactly what happened leading up to the fire, and then ultimately how the man died. And so our detective I'm sorry?
The auction, is that accurate?
Well, I'm not going to confirm that. I appreciate you interrupting me, though, Mark.
But the point stands, neighbors said this man may have been having a crisis related to that. Someone told us that he was outside his place last night. I wonder if police responded to that call last night, or if they had any other interaction.
I don't know anything about a call that happened, but before I was interrupted, I was going to share that we don't necessarily have an idea on a person's mental state. And so that's why it's so critically important that we talk with everyone involved, including neighbors, including friends, including loved ones, to help us better understand what his mental status was, what he was going through personally, and then whatever we learn throughout that investigation, we get the results from the medical examiner's office as well. That ultimately will help us in this investigation.
Rich, is it common for homicide to come in? Investigative fire death?
Homicide will come in to investigate a death that could potentially be suspicious, but it does not deem it to be a homicide. There have been now 2 cases recently, one being the female that I believe Megan covered, Kelly covered, where the woman was found in North City in the street in a I believe it was a tote box of some kind. And then also the female that was found in the vacant lot where the old workhouse was. Both of those deaths right now are considered death investigations, and there wasn't necessarily a component at this point that deemed it to be a homicide. But it is very important that if there is a death that could potentially be suspicious, our homicide detectives are there at the very beginning, so we're not missing out on any crucial evidence.
But it's not routine for them to go in on with the homicide detectives if it's just a regular fatal fire.
That is correct.
What made this particular fire, this death, possibly suspicious?
We're not going to release that yet.
Is this at all like of what is happening here? Because I know we also covered that Kingsland fire that was the fatal fire that turned into the homicide that was the 2 women. Is that at all, or any events of this similar to of what happened to those?
What do you mean?
In the sense of like, this is now, the homicide, they responded right away, that it's suspicious to you guys, and is it at all, in your opinion, related or similar to what happened to these 2 women?
You mean like as a cause of death?
Right.
We're not going to get into causes of death.
Mitch, with everything going on with the sheriff's office, has SLMPD and the command staff been asked to step in and try and navigate this trying time?
I can tell you that we are fully aware of the events that happened earlier today in federal court. We, as a police department, we have been in close communication with Mayor Kara Spencer's administration. Just like Mayor Spencer and the Board of Police Commissioners, we remain committed to public safety in the city of St. Louis. It's my understanding that an acting sheriff has already been appointed by the judge, and the SLMPD remains committed to assisting in whichever way we can to ensure that our city is as safe as possible.
Mitch, the release that went out this morning regarding the person who's been identified that was involved in the accident in River to Paramount,
We did not identify the driver.
it's been identified as a St. Louis Metropolitan
That's
Police
correct.
Department employee.
Yes.
Is it a police officer or is it a civilian?
I can confirm that it is a police officer.
Can you at all mention what led up to before the homicide happened? If you can confirm, we heard it was a boyfriend and girlfriend at the mobile gas station, the gas mart there, got into an argument, and then she ordered an Uber, and then that was the person that you have in custody of the video of.
I'm unable to confirm that timeline. I can confirm that the female ordered a rideshare service. It was not Uber, but ordered a rideshare service and was picked up at that location. Shortly after she got into that vehicle for that ride to start, shots were fired into the vehicle.
And it was that person though, the man that was in the video, the gas station video of him circling around, he was on a bike.
I have not seen the video. I know that that we have a person of interest who is a man that is being interviewed upstairs by our homicide detectives right now. But I have not seen the video.
There was, when we were on the scene, it looked like some man was being detained. Can you say if that had anything to do with what happened there with the shooting?
You're talking about the one on North
On
Broadway?
Broadway.
I have not seen your video. I know that we have detained a person at that scene, and that person is being interviewed. But we have not. The last update I got, which was about 2 hours ago, is that we are not booking him yet. He is not considered a suspect yet. He is simply a person of interest.
You guys released a statement today regarding the off-duty police officer who was involved in the October 1st crash on Boulevard Heights. Do we know whether or not he refused a breathalyzer or blood test at the scene?
I'm only going to let the statement that was released earlier today speak for itself.
Okay. You can't say if that officer is on leave or what happened in regards to his position after the crash?
We would have to refer you to the Circuit Attorney's Office related to any additional follow-ups.
And then who is handling the investigation now?
I'm sorry?
Who's handling the investigation?
Our accident reconstruction investigators were originally called to that scene and have diligently investigated it since day one and will continue to do so.
Mitch, is the victim in that still critical and stable?
It's my understanding the victim is still in critical condition.
We just talk about it's just a tragedy to have a fire and someone losing their life.
I'm sorry?
It's a tragedy to see someone lose their life in a fire or any tragedy.
I think that you never know what's going on in someone's head, and you don't know when somebody might be in a mental health crisis, and we should always be looking out for one another. Our investigators are in the midst of trying to understand the circumstances of his death and will determine if foul play was involved. But at this point, it's unclear if foul play was involved. Anything else?
Mitch,
Yep.
anything more about the FBI agents, the extra agents who were supposedly gonna come into St. Louis and,
I'm aware of that. You'd have to reach out to the FBI.
but I mean, as far as the police department, have you been working with them at all?
Before that announcement was made, our homicide division had an FBI, I believe it's an analyst, embedded into our homicide division and has worked side by side with our homicide detectives every single day and really doing a tremendous job bringing additional tools to the tool belt, allowing us to find people that should not be out on the streets because they're dangerous. And the FBI St. Louis and the SLMPD have an incredible partnership when it comes to working investigations together to hold individuals accountable and bring justice for victims. So that relationship has continued since it started. I don't know exactly when that FBI analyst was embedded into our homicide division, but it's been for some time. There was a recent flyer that was shared within the last month or two from FBI St. Louis on an unsolved double homicide from North St. Louis, and it's actually the only remaining case from 2024 that is open, and so they offered a reward for seeking information. So, and that is one of those joint cases they work together.
So actually, this was, you were working with them before they said they were gonna flood St. Louis with agents.
I don't know if the word flood was used, but
Well,
yeah.
a lot, according to Senator Schmidt.
Mhm.
They were bringing in quite a large force in St. Louis.
I don't know their particular staffing numbers, but we have worked very closely with FBI St. Louis and will continue to do so. Anything else? Mark, you're awfully quiet.
I was going to ask, but you kind of addressed that already. Any indication that the man on Southwest Avenue was shot?
We're not going to release that.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry? Is it my presser?